Okay, let's start by introducing everyone. So, Ms. Creamer.
I'm Tracy Creamer. I have been teaching 24 years, 10 years on this campus.
We don't have to look at the camera, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Irvin, your turn.
Diane Irving, I'm a counselor. It's been 20+ years, 6 years at Nottingham.
And my name is Rachel Newcomb. I teach 5th grade, and this is my 3rd year.
My name is Amber Sagne. I teach 5th grade, and this is my 2nd year as a teacher.
Okay. So basically, you're all here so we can get an idea of how we all feel about the campus vision and the attitude and morale based on the campus vision. And I just wanted to get a cross-section of everyone's input. So I'm going to ask each question and then give each of you a chance to give your input about it. So first question, how does the campus recognize and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision?
Me first.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think, we start a staff meeting without giving shout outs. So they make a point to recognize people for doing good things either for the students or doing good things for each other. Emails or
Lori Tortman to the front office, Lori Tortman to the front office.
and then there's that. There's always emails, you know, there's shout outs on the email. We usually have a board in the hallway too, where we can give each other props for either helping each other or the
They were
students.
called
can
like
do it
something
too.
pause.
Right, pause. yeah. Positive pause, and the kids can write them to each other or to their teachers, and you can write them back to the kids as well.
Okay, Ms. Irvin?
Well, we also have gotcha in the middle of the hallway. We say that, and we're always praising the kids. There's always praise from the teachers about their accomplishments. And even if they move at a very, very slow speed and they're learning, we are always encouraging these kids to learn more.
And in addition to that, I think that the biggest thing here is that teachers are always doing what's best for kids. And so I think you can see that out in the hallways with student work or just by kind of communicating what the expectations are and things like that for the kids.
I'm going to piggyback on the first two and say that the gotchas is a big thing because we do the gotcha goals in class. So when they get a certain amount of gotchas, they get a goal, and that's always really motivating for the students to help them do better. Yeah.
And setting goals to become leaders, like our
Yeah.
7 habits and the highly effective kids and stuff like that. We're trying to get them to become leaders. So I think that is definitely setting goals is one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
Okay. How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to the staff, students, and the community? It's like when we have a gotcha party or when the kids meet a certain goal, is it communicated with parents or the community, or is there some way that we share it with? Outside the
Well,
school.
yeah, the newspaper comes a lot, and we'll do, like, when we did the UIL, they announce, like, all the kids that placed in the UIL competitions, and, I was thinking of something else, and now I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Newsletters, sent home.
Newsletters,
Yeah,
Facebook,
Mhm.
Facebook, we do a lot of, like, whenever there's anything fun happening on campus, we'll take pictures and put it on our Facebook page, which I think a lot of parents get a lot of the information and stuff from Facebook.
The other thing too is a lot of teachers now have the Remind app, so we send reminders through the
Or
app to
something,
parents.
dojo or something.
Yeah,
where you
some
can-
sort
I don't
of-
mean to jump all over you with
Yeah.
that, but some way to constantly talk to parents, you know,
Email, phone
15
calls.
times a day, yeah. So,
wow.
I was just doing that a minute ago after the Longhorn picture, you know, sending out something all the time. so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have some very supportive parents that want to know about what's going on with our kids. And they'll come up and support us when necessary.
Well, and we have 10,000 t-shirts. You can't go to the grocery store where you look, like you've got that one and I've got this one, and I mean, you get everywhere you go. Like if I go to the hairdresser, my hairdresser's mother's the public librarian. So I can sit down and we start talking, and she'll tell everybody in the salon, well, Tracy's a teacher at Niding, and you know, oh, well, my cousin was she was your teacher, and here it goes, and the conversation started, and you start propping up your school, and it's a word of mouth thing a lot of times.
And the initiative that we really started this year was the positive phone calls, where we did the first 20 days where you tried to to make a positive phone call to every single student, and I don't know if anybody else has kept that up, but I have not.
I didn't either.
I wish I would have, but,
We get so,
you know,
we get so busy.
yeah, and but the parents really love those positive phone calls to hear what their kids are doing well, even, especially the kids who get a lot of negative phone calls. That was a huge boost.
Teachers, if you're in the building, come get your t-shirt for the STAR testing in the cafeteria. Okay, chicas, come on. Ándale, muchachas.
And there's always the happy things on it.
There you go, you got the reinforcement right there, what you ask.
Oh, that's another thing, that parents can watch our morning announcements online.
Sure, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. They go to that
The link.
website. Cool.
Okay, how does the campus use innovative thinking as learning experience to promote the campus vision?
Gosh, where do we start? Well, look at today, we took a picture with a Longhorn, because we're doing Texas studies this month, and, that's what I was just talking about. I immediately sent that out on Class Dojo to all the parents. Look at us with our Longhorn, we're studying Texas, and here's our state and large mammal. And I got like 700 likes on my Class Dojo app, because, there we are with this big old Longhorn, and
That's cool.
you always have to do something, like I was talking earlier, you can't just put a sticker on a paper anymore. You have to do something that these kids can relate to, and when they get in the car and their parents ask them, what'd you do today? They go, nothing. You want them to get in the car and go, oh my gosh, today, and talk for 15 minutes. And so you have to do something like get a Longhorn in your front yard.
Really hands-on.
Well, yeah, and bring the big water slides when they reach their AR goal. And you have to do something,
The game trucks.
yeah, the game trucks and the big hamster balls and the stuff that, it's not like when I was in school a couple of years ago. Everything was okay just to have them sit down and have a cookie and some punch. You have to do something huge to
Well, we
impact
have,
these kids.
not only that, we have Christmas at night,
Oh, yeah.
to boost the morale at the holidays. And then we have a dance in February for the
The
kids.
leadership
The
night.
And the
The
leadership
7
night.
habits.
The 7 habits, so, it's ongoing all throughout the year.
And then we're doing the Star Pep Rally for the 4th and 5th graders on Monday, and we do parades for Veterans Day, for 9/11, for every Cinco de Mayo, for
Firemen,
for all different types of
military.
Just want to give these kids some experiences that they might not otherwise experience.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a big deal.
With like your apps or the dojo or whatever, do you think most of your parents participate, or is
I have all but 3.
all but 3? Do all of yours
For
participate?
Remind, no, I have about half.
I would have to.
About half my class.
And that probably is pretty reflective. If you're a Title I school, you're not gonna have everybody necessarily, but,
Well, and I have a lot of parents that have changed their number too since then, and like that number doesn't, the one that they registered Remind with doesn't work anymore, so.
Absolutely, I have that all the time. And dealing with parents with 504, calling their parents. I have to call the grandparents sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
To get numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, how does the campus vision impact morale?
So I think at the beginning of the year, the campus vision was really positive, and morale, I thought morale was really great at the beginning of this year. Like, I feel like everybody was excited and energized, and then I just feel like as the year goes on, it slips and it starts to get more testing focused,
These time
and
years are hard, though.
yeah, and so I feel like we kind of lose sight of the campus vision, and even though we had a Longhorn here today, it's still like, okay, that's 30 minutes that we could be studying or doing something else, and it starts to get kind of more annoying rather than fun, and so that
I need a break,
is
so
difficult.
I like taking them out there.
Yeah.
Well, to carry that a little bit further, it's just because the state mandates so much on us, on y'all. Is each year is a little bit more, and they haven't ever let up on it, and realized that we can teach without teaching to the test, and still have the same effect in learning.
I'm gonna take a swing on it, though. I will tell you this, coming from where I've been at not at several, I'm kind of a loyal puppy. I've been at a couple of other campuses for many years, and, I've loved it here. And I can say that even though it gets tough, and there are days when it's like, oh, this is hard, I can say that I can walk down the hall and I can find somebody that will support me here. And will make, you know, whether it's a grade level colleague or a friend that's been here with me a few years, or our lovely counselor, or somebody here can wipe my tears away and make me feel good about myself, which has not always been the case at some other campuses. You know, this job is hard. And I can't imagine that somebody would walk into teaching and tell you this job is the easiest thing, and you get 3 months off, and you get 2 weeks off at Christmas, and you get a week off in the spring. And that's a huge misconception still to this day, and I know none of us thought that coming in. But the job is hard, and you know, this has been one of the few campuses where no matter how hard it got, there are people here that love you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids.
And the kids, oh my gosh, I had one come running from the car walker line. Miss Graber, she's coming. I just had to tell you I love you one more time because I won't see you till Monday.
And
Oh my gosh,
and when
if
you-
that doesn't keep you coming back, heavenly days, you know.
Absolutely. And when you have, and we all have those days that are a little bit lower than others. And when we have those days, there's something about those kids that heal your heart.
Absolutely.
They do things to heal your heart as well. Yes, it's fun to teach them. Yes, it's fun to do the guidance with them and spend that special time with them. But they'll say something and it just, your whole heart just goes out and saying, you know, I didn't think of it.
Or
They did.
going back to being a leadership campus, like to see kids in leadership roles, like, you know, kids on student council, our own students running the morning announcements,
Yep.
or
That growth is amazing, isn't it?
yes, or
Mhm.
like the 4th grade program that they did with the jazz
Oh my
thing, where
gosh,
the
yeah.
kids got up and they talked and they sang and they did all these poems, and just the confidence that is growing in them that I've seen is so different from even just 3 years ago.
Some days you wonder if you've touched anybody, and then you go out and you watch them grow a little bit, and you go, oh, maybe I did make a difference.
Yeah.
And then we have that exhibit after every year where we have a talent show. And let them come out and show them what little talent, what their talent is.
Yep.
And some of them really do show a lot of talent. Others shy away from it a little bit because they're afraid to get on
Some come out of their
stage.
shell that you never thought would
I know,
ever.
I know.
They come out on their
Those
stage and
are
like, oh.
rewards for us as educators.
Okay, so our campus vision is Elgin ISD changes lives. Do you think that our administrators do a good job of sharing that with the rest of the campus? Not necessarily modeling it, but do they share it so that we all know what it is and we all know what to do with that vision?
I think I knew that our district was Elgin ISD Changes Lives, but I didn't realize that our own campus vision was directly correlated. Like, I know that our campus is a leadership campus and we strive to promote leadership in our students. And so, I mean, that's obviously changing their lives. It is, because like I just said, the confidence that they're building, the relationships, the positions that they're taking on are so much better. So I think that we are working towards that changing lives, but I don't think that it is clearly communicated to everybody on campus.
Okay, so from that, do you think the teachers that know what the vision is, or are they modeling it, are they doing it so that they're like making it happen? Do you
All
think
teachers? No.
All teachers know, okay.
A
So,
lot, there are
keep
some
going
really,
on that.
there are some really good teachers on this campus, like
no doubt.
100%, there are some like amazing teachers. But then I feel like there are some teachers here that get away with murder, basically, and they can do whatever they want, and I don't feel like there's any consequences that ever take place, and so those kids are suffering 100%. Like, I see it all the time,
Okay, so,
just with people that I am closely communicating with.
okay,
I don't really know about other grade levels, but
okay.
Well, I think that is true, in that some teachers, I think this is a job like what you were saying, that they didn't realize the commitment they were making.
Yeah.
And that truly the job is for the kids, it's not for us. Like, the reason I come to work every day is not because of myself, it's because I know that if I wasn't here, the kids would suffer.
Right.
And so that to me is important, but I don't think that every single teacher on this campus shares that feeling.
yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. What?
Mhm.
Kramer, you got anything to say? It's okay.
No, I think you got it. For once, I'm speechless. I